All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Work Diver. Good to see you, man. Today is a brand new day, and I've got something interesting to show you guys here in a little bit. This is the watch list. And let me know if you guys got anything you're watching today. Boeing has a meeting scheduled. I think, well, first of all, I think they reported earnings already. Let me double check with that. Pretty sure they reported earnings. Um, they've got a call, I think, that's beginning around 10:30. So there could be some significant volatility during that time. Let's see. ZM's looking interesting here for a potential short. I mean, you can almost see kind of a head and shoulders pattern, and this being the neckline right here, right around 148. It could be that neckline broke. But it's not the cleanest. So I'm not saying for sure that that's what's going on, but yep, what's up, Sauger? Yep, GILD. I think it's on a news halt right now. Oh, no, it's actually been unhalted and is skyrocketing. So, there we go. What's the news on this? What's the news on this, I wonder? Definitely going to add this to the watch list. Positive corona drug news. Okay. Cool. Well, we've seen him make moves before, so wouldn't be surprised if this one is able to push its way up. Would be interesting to see what kind of action happens on that. There's a lot of sell pressure right now. Yeah, this looks like it's going to drop a good bit, at least before it starts picking up steam again. I can see it coming back down here to test these levels, and maybe even these levels before picking back up. But it could get a bounce right on that moving average. Well, it technically did on this candle. If you look at the 5 minute, this is why I like zooming out sometimes. If you look at the 5 minute, it technically did kind of come down and do a test of all this down here, and it's been pushed up. So I take that back. I don't know if it would come all the way back down to 84. Might get a good run up on it here. But anyway, so we got that on the watch list, and looking at Zoom today, Zoom is also really good about making pretty good recoveries out the gates. You know, whenever it drops. Case in point, you know, right here there was this drop, made a good recovery. There was this drop, made a pretty decent recovery. So you know, it's even, let's see, right here was at, yeah, it was about, yeah, 9 o'clock yesterday basically. Kind of made this drop and then had a nice big recovery, then made another drop before it made a good retracement here. But Zoom can be choppy. It's been that way for a while now. Boeing is, again, something to watch today, especially around 10:30 this morning. mRNA, I drew this trend line yesterday and it broke the trend line, but it came right back up through it. Couldn't hold. And then crashed below it. Crashed below it today. So I would be looking for a confirmed break of 46. It would be interesting to see it make it down that way. Even 46.50, I would think about going ahead and getting in. NCLH and RCL, I mean, they're just, they're moving up. There's they've just kind of been on a tear these last couple of days. So I've kind of got them on the list just to look for a possible long setup. And then BYND, I'm not really watching this. As a matter of fact, I probably need to go ahead and remove this one from the watch list. I probably wouldn't want to know about it unless it started nearing the 97.26 level. So I guess if BYND were to break 98 on really good volume, I think I'd be interested in getting in for a short. So alerts, I'm going to go ahead and set that BYND 98 on the ask, or on the bid, excuse me. Critical break below 97.27, I think it was. And then I guess it would be interesting if it got a break over 104. So I'll put an alert up there too for possible long at 104. We'll say 104.60. That'd be interesting. So until that happens, any of that happens, I'm going to remove it from my watch list. Roku, man, I'll tell you what, if Roku breaks, if it breaks this 812 level, that could be very significant. Or 118.50, 118.12, yeah, I think it is. That could be highly significant for Roku here on the daily. We could get enough of a move down. So I would probably be interested at the break of 119. So I'll set an alert on Roku. 119 on the bid. Critical break at 118. 118.12. So there's that. Tesla trying again here to break this $800 psychological barrier. It looks like it could happen today, especially if the SPY is strong. One thing about the SPY though, guys, we still have not come back above that trend line. So I find that pretty interesting. We have not broken back out above this trend line here. And so, I'm not going to be too bullish on it until that happens. So today we've got a critical level here at 294.46. We've got the trend line here, and then another critical level at 297.57. So, so there we go. We got that. And let's see. AMD, don't really want to mess with it today, even though it does look like it's kind of double topping here, and it could make a strong move down. I've been burned so bad by AMD in this difficult season of trading. I've got it at the bottom of my list just in case. If SPY is tanking hard, if something really bad happens, I think AMD could make a strong move down. So, but it's at the very bottom, and I legitimately do not plan on trading it. Again, we've got RCL and CLH. I'm just kind of keeping those there to watch. I'm not even really going to set any alerts on them. GILD is, you know, this is kind of just made it on the list. Was looking at it earlier, but it was halted. It was halted. So I wasn't really looking to pay attention to it, but it's looking interesting right now. It's looking pretty interesting. And mRNA, you know, mRNA, we need to see volume come into this. Really want to see volume come into this. But we, you know, it can make a very, very, very significant move, guys. I mean, it really can. We've seen it make huge moves before. So I'm going to look for this to make a good move to the downside. And then again, Boeing, we'll just keep that on watch. ZM, keep that on watch. If ZM looks like it's going to break 148, hopefully it doesn't do this in pre-market. I mean, that's the last thing I want to see happen, is it break 148 in pre-market. 48.29 would be significant. Yes, please get bought up. Please get bought up. That would be the perfect setup really for me, is for it to get bought up to these levels here and see significant resistance and then just start getting slammed back down. So good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you, man. Got a little surprise for you guys here. I'm going to share here in a few minutes. Man, Boeing got a huge move. Huge move right there. This could be it for mRNA. But I really don't want it to do this in pre-market. The wicks are tremendous here. Be interesting if Guild made it up to 87. I'm going to put an alert on Guild. 86.80 on the ask. Critical break at 87. And then I would also like to know if Guild got down to 84. We'll watch CAPR and TORC. Okay. TORC. Looks interesting. Has a lot of room to run. Yeah, this actually, I mean, if this breaks right here, what is this, 192? So, yeah, if it breaks 192, for sure. That could be good. Let me see what the low float, I assume. Torque, 27 million share float. Okay, so might be tough for it to get up there, yeah. So, but if it does, you know, so I would want to know, yeah, I would want to know at the break of 180, what is this level here on the daily? 192, critical break at 192. So set an alert for torque at we'll say 176 on the ask. Critical daily breakout / gap fill at 192. Okay, so we got that in there, and then CAPR. Oof. What is the news on this? This is ridiculous. Let's see. Merger. Nope, I'm on torque. CAPR. CAPR is an 11 million share float. New CAPR data reports 100% survival in critical COVID. 100% survival in critical COVID-19 patients treated with CAP-1002. So that's pretty intense. That is pretty intense, and this stock can make some moves. So yeah, good call, Sauger. This actually might be a decent one. Can't locate shorts, so that might be because people have already loaded up on shorts, or it just could be, I don't know. I would probably wait to see what happens there, because you know there's not a heavy short float interest, but yeah, this could make some huge, really big moves actually. Let's see, or it could just continue to roll down. If it breaks 522, that's not going to be good. Don't break 522, man. If that breaks 522, look out. It's not going to be good. Uh-oh. Well, it's holding. It broke, but it held. That's actually a pretty good sign for CAPR. Completely broke that 522 level, and it's holding. So, all right. Well, it's not bad. Not bad. So, definitely a break of 7 would be interesting on CAPR. So, I'll put, let's get over the $6 mark on the ask. Critical break out at 7. So we'll see. See if it can do it. It's holding. It's holding there. I mean, this would technically be a good place to get in. Maybe even just with a couple hundred shares. Let's see if it can hold. It's got to hold. So okay, guys. So before the bell rings here, yeah, this is really making me want to jump in. It's not selling hard through that line, but I'm gonna give it another minute to see if it can push through. See if the sellers can take over. If the bears can't take over with all of their selling, mean, it broke, but the buyers are really coming back in and holding this thing up. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it's pushing. Anyway, all right, guys. So check it out. I have decided to reopen a simulator account here. So I've got this simulator account, which I will be using on trades that I am not as sure of. So that's it. That's all I got. Let's see. I'm going to change that to guild and move row up. Move row up. So it looks a little bit different from my other platform. This is actually the Sterling Trader platform. By the way, it's the Sterling Trader platform, and this is actually offered by Warrior Trading. You can see the Warrior Trading logo here, and so it's and it says it up here, Warrior Trading Sim. So you'll know that this is the simulator, and then of course I've got my real Lightspeed account up here. So yeah, I decided I was going to do that, and you know, I'm only going to take trades here in my live account if I am 100%. Well, you can never be 100%. If the setup has got to look good. It's got to be a good setup, and I've got to feel good about the trade. And as long as that's the case, I will take trades on here. But otherwise, I'm going to be taking trades on the simulator. So there you go. And I don't know how long I'll do this. I might do this for a week. I might do it for a month. I mean, I've got the simulator for a month. I basically paid for a month. So, I'll hold on to it for a month at least. And I'm going to use it to rebuild my confidence, because that's really what needs to happen. So again, I'll use the simulator for, building confidence, and I'll only use the broker here for whatever I consider to be, pretty notable, worthy trades to take. For example, here on ZM, I'll tell you right now, if this looks like it's going to break 148, I'm going to go in on it. And Boeing, I'll kind of just watch from the sidelines. mRNA really should be the second one on the list, because if it breaks 46, I'm going to take a stab on that one too. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I've got alerts set on some of these other ones. GLD is getting some pretty strong momentum to the downside here. Question is it going to hold 84? Looks like it's wanting to. You have a lot of people that probably thought that this was going to be a pretty critical break here. So I could see a short squeeze happening at this point, but who knows? Guild can be extremely difficult to trade. And we already blew past 148 in pre-market. Roku, critical break at 118.12. So here's another one. I'll definitely watch for this out the gates. $118.24. Thanks, Work Diver. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I am trying. So we got 10 seconds to the bell. We'll take our time with this. SPY's pulling through VWAP. Guild looks like it could be making a little bit of a recovery. Roku trading on light volume, so not really wanting to get in on that one quite yet. mRNA looks like it might want to break here. We'll see. Oh, critical break of mRNA. mRNA is just breaking down pretty solidly right here. Very solid break. It's getting a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so somebody was basically just dumping their shares there. Look at Bowen, look at ZM. Look at Roku. Roku looks like it's getting that break on the daily, but there's a lot of chop here, guys. So RCL getting a major pullback. NCL not so much. Chop fest here. Okay, Bowen's getting a pullback. ZM's getting a pullback. mRNA's getting a pretty significant pullback. Guild is continuing to get a good solid run down here. RCL, NCLH pulling back pretty heavily. Boeing pulling back pretty heavily. Roku pulling back above the 100-day moving average. Yeah, Guild could be a long. Could be. ZM, Boeing, mRNA. This is where mRNA can surprise everybody, so. See if we can get a continuation to the downside. Oh, blew right past the point of entry. And Guild is getting such a nice rundown. Some point Guild is probably going to reverse, I would imagine. Roku is continuing to get that move down. But it's on light volume, so really don't know how I feel about it. ZM getting a pullback. Just want to make sure it's not going to be a chop fest. Guild looks like it wants to continue tanking. Man, it's just incredible. So we're finally getting some movement here. mRNA is continuing to make moves, so that's interesting. See if we can get a pullback on mRNA. Pull back on ZM. Okay, Guild looks like it might finally be getting some kind of a pullback here. See what we're looking at. 80.67, 80.49. There's some good resistance there, or support. It could be considered support, I think. Critical break below 97.27. What's the volume looking like? It's kind of light volume, but 27.93. ZM may continue to want to get a move to the downside. Oh, missed the ad there. It's okay. It's popping back up. mRNA. Nice retracement there. Guild maybe 81, 84. Maybe finally looking for that retracement. Nice reversal move on GILD. Nice reversal on Roku. Tesla came up again to that 800 mark and just could not do it. It's a huge psychological number for Tesla there. Roku making a nice retracement all the way up to here. Let's see. See if we can get a continued move up. Thinking about start building a position. See how much more of a move up we can make. Okay, so I'm going to enter in right there, 119.36, and we'll take it for a quick scalp down to 118.66. But we'll look to add. See if we can get a continuation up. Trying to get an ad here. Looks like I might not be able to get the ad. If it breaks through, it may be pretty crushing to the downside. Well, stalling out. Stalling out. Okay, I'm going to take half just to lock it in. See if we can re-enter our position. Let's see. And let's look at Zoom, see what Zoom's doing. Boeing, mRNA, still making a nice retracement. GILD. Looks like it could be a VWAP rejection. Not too sure about that yet. NCLH, RCL is, looks like it's making a pretty good move up. CLH might be strong, so let's get back here to Roku. I think the next level would be 121. Probably go in with 50 shares at 121. I might go ahead and get out these 25 shares again at 119.36. See if it can drop down there. Otherwise, we'll get in 21 shares at, or get in 50 shares at 121. Let's see. 121.16. There we go. Yeah, ZM's looking weak. Bowen's looking weak. Guild, who knows what Guild's doing right now? RCL's looking pretty strong, but be interesting to see if it can break this. And if it breaks and then gets rejected, that will be very interesting to me. All right, and I'm going to open up the trading sim here. Let's just see. Yeah, I would typically take a trade like this. So I'm going to just say 200 shares short on ZM right here. And we'll come back to that. Let's look at this. Let's look at Guild. Guild is not looking good right now. RCL is not looking good. Would probably typically, no, I don't think I would take that. Might not be good to do what I'm doing on Roku actually. Pretty nice buy up there. We'd have to see this just slam right back down. Otherwise, it might be better to just get out and reposition. coming out. All right. Okay, sorry, Sagar. I hate to hear that, man. Man, I hate to hear that. I really am sorry to hear that. That can be so frustrating. Yeah, it's been pretty whippy, looks like. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, but guys, I'll be right back. Okay. So we know Boeing's there's a call on with Boeing at 10 o'clock, or no, 10:30. So we honestly don't know what's going to happen on that call, but it's not getting a lot of buy pressure, that's for sure, which makes me think this might be good to go short on. Looking at Zoom, looking at Roku. Roku's had a pretty nice move up here, but it's extended off a VWAP. I don't know. There's not much being traded on it though, so I'm not really sure I want to look at that one right now. Guild. Let's look at Caper. Torque. That's not really doing anything. All right, so let's check in on not doing good on that trade with ZM. Let's look at it. So, you know, this was a little deceiving because when I took this short, it's showing it's below VWAP and below the 9 EMA. But look at where it actually is. See if I can get in another 200 shares short here. So I'm 400 short at 146.96. This is what I would normally have done. Well, I normally probably would have only taken 100 shares here, but we're in simulation, so just first day in here, and so I'm not really, I'm not doing it the way that I should be doing it, admittedly, but that's very deceiving because here in the simulator it's showing it's below VWAP and below the 9 EMA, but when you come here to light speed, so I took that position 2 5-minute candles ago, but when you look at Zoom here and you look at 2 5-minute candles ago, well, I guess it could have been below. I guess maybe this is where I took it and then it just shot up through there. Okay. So it's legit. That's legit. That's a legit trade. But this is typically what I would do. You know, I wouldn't really settle for anything less. I would average in, just knowing that it's going to get a pullback. Because, you know, from a psychological standpoint, you know, you know it's coming back. Well, I guess we don't know for sure. I mean, it could continue to go up and then we'll have to suffer a big loss. But even if it gets up to this level up here, you know, but the 150 level is a huge psychological number. It's a huge psychological number. And I can totally see it coming back to retest some of these levels down here. And so I would sit and I would wait. Right now, if this was my real P&L, I'd be getting impatient. I'd be disturbed. I'd be like, what's going on? I hate my life. What do I do? But you know, I've got a little bit more confidence on this right now because it's not real money. So you can see the difference. It's a huge difference. Guild just continues to get a pretty solid push down. Really does. It's yeah, this is kind of disturbing. What's really disturbing is I didn't get in on the short here because that would have been great. Going short Roku. It's finding resistance up here. There's some room for it to drop for sure. But I don't know, man. Looks like it could be stair-stepping here. Good job, Sauger. Good job making some back. Yeah, this is whippy here. You can tell on the 1 minute. It really is. Just whipsaw action. Okay, Zoom still making its way up. Tesla pushing. And CLH pushing. Looks like it could be double topping, maybe even, I guess, triple topping. But I think this stuff is following SPY. Kind of get the idea. It's more so what it's doing right now. But we'll give it a little more time there. Guild, massive buy back up on that last 5-minute candle. mRNA, still just whippy and choppy as ever. Good call on Roku, short. I wonder if it's moving with the SPY though. RCL's pushing. Continuing to make a push up. ZM finally turning around. Finally getting the turnaround here. Oh, nice, beautiful move to the downside on ZM. Man, Roku shot right back up. What choppiness. What choppiness on Roku. Yeah, it does feel that way, Yoni B. I have felt that many times. It's incredible how it just seems to work out that way. I mean, it really is. I mean, what a ridiculous recovery on Roku. I mean, how ridiculous is this? I mean seriously. You cannot get any choppier than that. Well, I guess you can, but sometimes I've just got to move these indicators out of the way. mRNA seems like it wants to make a move down, but man, the chop is real. I had money on the table, left it, not trading well today. I'm calling it after the ZM trade. It's very interesting. It really is. It's interesting how this stuff is working out. I mean, SPY looks like it's rolling over now, and it's breaking back down through VWAP, and looks like it's dragging a little bit of the market with it. But the thing is if the SPY decides it wants to turn around here and start popping back up, what do you think the rest of the market's going to do? So ZM, Roku still chop fest. Yeah, I think this is a good. I think it is a good entry, but I think it's also waiting to see what Daddy SPY does. So Guild looks like it's continuing to move back up. Boeing forming a tightening pattern. Got a call with Boeing in another 20 minutes, guys. So be on the lookout. AMD, just don't trust it. Check back in on our simulator trade. So we're now up 130, and I would like to hold it for a break of 145.81, and I will look to start taking profit there. It's pulling back up. Wonder if SPY's continuing to drag. So I might go short here on Zoom, because I am expecting a significant pullback. 147. Significant enough pullback. See if we can get it down. Down into the 146s. There we go. Come on. I'll take 50 shares at 146. 66, 60. Okay, SPY's pulling back up. There we go. We got the first 50 share fill there. It's making its way down. We'll take another half off there. And we'll just see what happens to, see if we can get a move down in the 150s or 145s. I don't do the greatest job calling these out. So come on. It's holding VWAP. So see if we can keep pushing. See if we can keep moving down here to 145s. So 146.25. I'll stop out the last 25 shares at 146.64 or 70. Stop. Well, let me double check here. Okay, I'm gonna take that there. SDC 710. SDC. Definitely wanted to know about this one. I had this set on the alerts. Wow, it's incredible. Break at 734. Yeah, I was thinking the same. I was thinking the same thing, Yoni B. Yeah, take feeler trades on simulator and take live trades when it looks like it has resolved. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was taking that trade, and just how much easier it was to kind of sit through it. And as a matter of fact, I never even took the trades out here on. I should have taken the profit here. So let's see. So we'll take 100 shares, buy, and then buy unrealized. What? Okay, I'll just get out there. So I'm up 124 in the simulator. Never would have sat through that in real life. I would have a month ago, and I would have taken smaller share size if I'm being completely honest. Would have taken smaller share size too. So can't try to sit here and act like So Roku, having a nice little breakout here. Looks like it could be meeting some resistance roughly in this area. I think this would be okay to take 50 shares here. If we get a quick fill. There we go. Got a quick fill there on 50 shares. Let's see if we can get a quick fill on 121.71. Quick scalp on those. Let's see, where would it have to drop? 78. Yeah, so take it at 81 if I have to. Okay, there we go. So quick scalp on Roku. Up 44.50. So could have let that one ride a little bit more, but there was a good little bit of resistance right here. You can see right here. That would seem to be like a critical point. So even if it kept going up to here, I would have continued to add. But it seemed like this area in general had enough of a resistance to get a little bit of a scalp there, which it did. So I'll wait for it to continue moving up. ZM is a chop fest. Boeing has a call in 10 minutes. mRNA, GILD. So GILD right now is a trade that I would actually take in simulation for a long. So let's go here, and now it's showing it's below VWAP. Hold on a second. See? Okay. I knew there was a difference. Look, it's showing it on VWAP in light speed, but it's showing it below VWAP in here. That's very interesting. Very interesting. But this is where I would take a trade to the long side, and I would probably try to catch it at about 400 shares for a quick scalp right here. So I would be moving for a quick scalp, and I would probably take, you know, up into 82s. I would take half off, maybe at 82.05. So let's see if it gets my order there. Nope. So I would come out half there, and then I'll wait for this to move more up into the 82s. I would actually set an order for the next 200 shares at 82.22 sell. And if it kept going against me, I would probably take another 200 shares eventually. But let's see. So I would probably take another 200 shares on a pullback to these levels here in the 81.20 areas. Just because there's a lot of consolidation back and forth through those areas. So 81.11. See how this works out. Here we go. And oh, it's running through it though, but it's ramping right back up. So okay, kind of missed out on that one. But in the simulator, I would get back in here with another 200 shares, and then so I have 81.57, 400. I'd wait for another critical pullback and add another 200 shares. And all it would be about right now is getting out break even. So I would need this to come back a little bit more. Okay, I would add right here, well, accidentally added too much, 600 at 81.49. And let's see if I could pick up another 200. So right now it would be about 81.55, 600. I would sell there. 81.55. Sell for a quick pop. And I would add again. So let's see if it would take me out. There it is. There it is. Now that it's stalling, I would probably go ahead and come out all my shares. So I'm out all my shares. And that's how I would have done it at break even, because I think I had a 46 average at that point, or maybe it was a 49 average. I don't know if I lost a little there or gained a little, but I would definitely now flip this position here and take this as an opportunity to go short. So I would go short 400 shares, and I would get it at 81.32, would it be? So 81, I would take 200 off at 81. No, I'd probably scalp it right here. 81, 27 buy. So as a matter of fact, let's look at this. I would take it, but okay, so I just got filled on the, I just got filled right here. You see the difference in the level of confidence? This is when I trade like a pro. It's good for people to see a difference here. So maybe different period for moving average for the VWAP calculation. Are the prices the same on the two platforms? Yes, they are. CAPR has hit 601. There's a critical breakout at 7. Let's visit CAPR and see what's happening here. Looks like it's making a push. Looks like it's making a solid push up to the 6s. See if it comes back. Very choppy action here. Very choppy action. I would I'd probably be comfortable going in with 100 shares. I would definitely be comfortable going in 50 shares. Let's just see if it comes down a little bit more. Morning, Warren. Good to see you. I don't think we've seen you here before. Welcome to Conservative Trades live stream. Today we are doing a combination of real trading and simulated trading. Just looking at the difference between the confidence level in... Okay, first time. Good. Well, it's good to meet you, Mike. Or Warren, sorry. I usually see Warren as a last name and Mike as a first name, so I'm gonna have to get used to this. Warren Mikes, okay. So we're doing the just so you know what you're watching here. We're just kind of comparing the difference between. Hold on a second. We're comparing the difference in just the confidence level and all of that. And this has been a rough last few weeks for me, so I'm kind of jumping back into simulation. I'm doing a little live trading, as you can see here on my regular platform, but you can see the difference with the trading simulator. I'm doing much better, and it's because of my confidence level, point blank. And so, we're just kind of doing a good, nice little test run, trial run on that. So mRNA, let's see. So mRNA is getting a significant pullback. Gilead's getting a significant pullback. RCL, let's see, still making a nice run up. Roku might be hitting a little resistance up here. Tesla still not able to break the 800 psychological barrier. AMD getting a run up. So ZM, Boeing. Now this is a trade where I would typically go ahead and take Boeing, and I would probably take it to the short side. But seeing as though we have a meeting scheduled at 10:30, or excuse me, Boeing has a meeting scheduled at 10:30. I think I'm probably just going to lay off trading that, even in simulation. But if it looks like it's getting a significant move downwards, I will consider coming back in and taking a trade on that. So yeah, Yoni B, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but yeah, the moving averages in general look vastly different. Even this, I mean, here, let me open back up. Okay, Caper looks like it's trying to break through 6 again. 6 would be a big move for CAPR. It's just not having an easy time doing it. So I will want to know if CAPR breaks 650. Until then, I'm probably, I will even give it to 621. Probably not too interested. And as a matter of fact, I'll do 621 and 650. So Boeing, if it seems like it's getting a flush to the downside, I may jump on board for a very quick scalp. Right now, this looks like it wants to go down. So mRNA getting a pullback, Gilead still getting a pullback. This could be another VWAP rejection. NCLH trucking on upward, RCL trucking on upward, coming up against the 50-day moving average. It's very possible that, it will see some resistance here at $50, the whole number, and even right there at 47.96. We could get some resistance. It's made a massive run up. So I'm kind of interested in knowing what the RSI is showing for this. Okay, it's running up close to the overbought levels. So see what it's showing on the daily. RSI not overbought on the daily. See what the 15-minute is showing us. definitely overbought on the 15-minute. So it's overbought on the 15-minute, almost overbought on the 2-minute, 5-minute probably, even more so. But the SPY is moving up. SPY's making a good strong push here. I'll just bring it down here in this window. We can see that SPY's wanting to make a move, a continuation up. So Boeing's on their phone call right now. We'll see if there's anything that significant that happens with the price action here. ZM, mRNA making a really nice move to the upside. Gilead kind of teetering around these levels. RCL might be good for a little bit of a pullback here, maybe just a quick scalp. I would almost consider just kind of coming in here just to take maybe, I don't know, just 100 shares short and see if I could build a position all the way up to $48. But I don't know. So, and going back to address what I was originally saying about the moving averages. So we see RCL right here. Let's see if it's the same. See if it's the same. And it is the same. It is the same here. It did not look the same on Zoom, not Zoom, excuse me. Boeing. Did not look the same on Boeing. Let's see, it's showing the 50-day at 183.92. Let's see, it might be the same. 183.92. Okay, so the moving averages are fine. It's the VWAP that is off a bit, unfortunately. RCL is remaining strong. I'm going to pull out the RSI one more time right here on the 5-minute. Yeah, we are overbought. We're overbought for sure. SPY could be suffering a little bit of a pullback right now, so RCL just continues to get a nice buy up here. I would normally take a stab at it right here. But the SPY is pushing pretty hard. So I would normally take a stab right here. Yeah, you might be right, Yoni B. Good point. SPY's continuing to push. We're meeting a little resistance here. It's a nice little pullback there. See, in simulation, I would have taken that trade. Would have completely taken that trade. As a matter of fact, see where we're at. I would still take this trade in anticipation of it dropping down to the 50s. So let's go ahead and do that. And even if we suffer a pullback, I think we could get down maybe even to the 40s, but 200 at, let's just say 58. We'll take 100 at 47.58, and we'll take 100 at 47.44. And I will consider adding to my position. to bring the average up. Even seeing how I held through that move on that pullback is very telling. It's very, very telling about how I manage my trades with real money versus simulated money. Warren, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good way to do it. Now you guys can see it worked out. It was oversold. We held on. It came all the way down into the 40s. And I held through it. I held through the pullback. So with no worries at all. Just to show you the continued difference on that. Caper continues to move up, but it really is a whippy stock. So difficult to trade. Okay, nothing really happening with Bowen right now. Will be interesting to see if anything does kind of turn around with it. NCLH continuing to make a strong move up. RCL lagging a little bit there. Roku. Tesla looks like it's going to make another fight to that top. NCLH has good buy volume on it. Looks like it wants to continue making a move up. I would almost enter in here. I would probably begin building a position here, in all honesty. Not as overbought. highly overbought. Thinking about jumping in here. So we're going to do this in the simulator. I'm going to go ahead and jump in with 200 shares short here. We'll let it come up to the 50s, or the 40s we'll say. See if we can get up into the 40s. Oh, almost. No, not really. Add another 200 there. There's a lot of sell pressure right now. So we got 400 at 48.25. $200 at 48.15. 48.16. We'll do that. We'll consider adding again. I think if we get the drop, we're going to get a really nice drop. So I'm going to drop that down to 48.12. There we go. Get the others out at 48.02. Better yet, we'll set a stop at 48.21. So see how that works out. I have a feeling this is going to come all the way back down to this moving average. So that would have been a really nice live trade there. Obviously, in the trading sim, we're doing really, really well. Gonna get out. Okay, well, it just got me out. So this is where I would think about getting a re-entry point. So let's go ahead and get a re-entry at 408 or 48.08. There we go. See if we can get it down here to the 60s. See if it can continue moving down that way. Looks like it's going to pause. I'll think about getting out. There we go. Nice. I'll get out half there just to pay for the trade. And let's see. Now in the simulator, I would be committed to this. I would be committed to this. Breaking below 47.88. Getting all the way back down here like we talked about to the 47.47 levels. So we'll take off another half in the lower 80s. I'll take off half there at 89 actually. There we go. So we're paying for the trade and maybe making a few bucks. So just in case it ends up pulling back in our direction, holding this, not being able to break past this previous 5-minute candle, which is kind of what we're looking at here. I need to get my executions off here. Okay, so I'm going to try to come out break even here. Last 25 shares. So we paid for this, well, not quite. See if we can pay for this trade. And CLH is getting a pretty hard buy up there. So it might be following NCLH pretty closely. Obviously, I mean, they're both cruise ships. So there we go. Let's see if we can pay for this trade. Come on. Get me out break even. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got out break even on the last 25 shares. We basically we might have made, let's see, we might have made $5 on that trade. Might have made $5. But this is where I would probably, I was going to say, this is, looks like it's rejecting that trend line. This may be where we actually get that move finally. So let's look, let's check it out here. This is where we could break the 5-minute low and then end up coming all the way back down into the 40s. So in simulation, I would totally take this trade at the break of 47.80. I would go ahead and, let's see. There we go. Once we see selling on 84, I'm going to take it 400 shares short. This is what I would typically have done. There we go. So I'm committed 400 shares short at 47.83. We're going to take 200 off at 47.63. And then we'll take the other two, maybe another 100 off at 51. And then maybe another 100 off at 43. So, see how this works out. Should get the flush down here. See what it looks like on the 1 minute. Stalling out a little. Could be getting ready to make a pullback to retest these levels up here. Yeah, so what I would do is I would wait for the pullback to this line right here to roughly 48.21. Probably go ahead and add here just in case it doesn't get the entire pullback. So we got 600 shares at 47.89. And see what happens if it pops back up. ZM. Bone's getting a nice little buy up here. Gilead's still kind of floating around. NCLH is on a tear. RCL is lagging, so may actually need to get out here. So let's see. See if it comes down. Ooh, nice move. Nice move. I'll go ahead and take that. Okay, so we're up 402 in the simulator. So it's interesting. There's a divergence here between RCL and NCLH. Very interesting. But, you know, NCLH is not showing over, well, at least at the time I looked at it, was not showing overbought the same way as RCL. It's nearing that point. But nice move on RCL. So let's take a look at ZM. SPY is making a continuation to the upside. I think it's possible that we could get a nice little move on ZM here. I'll go ahead and, well, okay, kind of missed that. It's a nice pullback, so let's wait for this to get up to 151. I'll take 50 shares right at 151. Maybe 150.99. And then I would take it again at 151.69. And it doesn't look like we're going to get that move. Okay, so I'll remove those, reset. Boeing making a steady move up. Okay. mRNA still making a steady move up. Gilead floating. RCL recovering. NCLH continuing to push. Where do we have the next level? Well, right here at 1571. Looks like there's some resistance there, 1571. See if it can plow up through there. A little bit of resistance. It's going to break through it. It's got an order there to sell. Kind of missed my opportunity on that one, missed my entrance. Again, in simulation, would have taken it. Wouldn't have thought twice about it. Roku, Tesla, SDC, AMD, RCL. Let's see how it's showing. See if it's still showing as overbought. Yeah, it's getting back up there. It's getting back into overbought conditions. NCLH as well. Thing is SPY's still pushing, and just want to be careful here. I've had a pretty good recovery on the 15-minute. You can see the buyers push this right back up, and so I'm probably going to give it a minute to play out. But on the 30-minute, it looks like it is definitely way overdue for for a correction. And yesterday we had a correction right around 10:30, a massive drop. So could we be getting that here again? It's possible. It's possible. We've had such a nice run up on the 30-minute, on the hourly. This is the biggest run up that we've had essentially. So but that's a pretty bullish looking candle right there on the 15-minute. See what NCLH does. So it is pushed up through that 50-day moving average. So we broke 48.42, 48.36. So if we can break 36 and 42, 36 is the previous 15-minute candle high, sitting right at the top of that 30-minute candle, sitting right at the top of that hourly candle. I could see this is kind of where I could see a massive pullback coming into play if it does not break this 15-minute candle high here. Actually, I would go ahead probably, since I'm up in the simulated account, I would probably, so it broke 36. Okay. But it's having a hard time pushing. So I'm going to go short right there, 200 shares at 33, and wait for a huge drop. So I think we could get a drop all the way back down to these levels here. So NCLH is just killing it. Zoom. I'll tell you what, NCLH is on a tear. I mean, it really is on a very nice tear. RCL is getting that pullback. Look at this. Nice call. So we'd go ahead and take 100 off at 48.03. So we'll see if we can get that fill. Should have, would have, could have. Yes, Auger. I know, man. It's the game we all play. It's the game we all play with each other, man. It's should have the should have, would have, could have game. It's the best game on the planet. So I think RCL is going to finally get that move. I'm in 100 shares on the oh man, look at that. So really nice trade here. You can see on the I think this can come all the way down to 47, but just in case it holds that EMA, I'll be careful with it, but basically put a stop at 48.21 on that last 100 shares. Yeah, A Sagar, good question from Yoni B. Did you stick to your stop loss? I wonder why Caper didn't go off. I thought I had said an alert. Maybe I didn't. Torque. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. Gil, delete. Let's see. Okay, not much going on here. Not too much going on here. Man, I had no idea. It's a great move on Caper. No, and I paid the price. The volume was looking good. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of it, man. You've got to, you've got to look at volume. You've got to take that into consideration. And you make the best decisions that you know to make. It doesn't always work out the way you feel like it should have, but you do the best that you can. Trust me, I get it, man. I mean, this is why technical analysis can almost be a double-edged sword sometimes. On the one hand, you've got indicators and chart patterns that seem to work out really, really well according to those indicators, and obviously volume is a huge indicator that we look at. But also, VWAP and all that sort of thing. So, but oftentimes it can really bite you in the butt, man, and just do the complete opposite of what you think that it should do. And that's where the risk management comes into play. That's where it's kind of like, okay, well, how do we manage our risk? How do we manage our trades? How do we reduce our losses and that sort of thing, and make sure that our winners are bigger? Which, listen, I'll be the first to admit, I mean, here lately for me, it's been very difficult. I've not been doing a good job of that. But the fact that you can take that kind of a loss and then just walk away and not stress over it, or just at least just walk away and not trade anymore for the day, I think is noteworthy. Thank goodness for YouTube. Can find live trading channels for support group. Yeah, well, I kind of like to think of this channel as a channel like that. I think we need some positive reinforcement out there. Again, I am myself included. This is one reason why I really enjoy this channel, because we've got guys on this channel who are very encouraging. And oftentimes, when we're not doing well in the markets, we can really beat up on ourselves a lot. And it can get really hard on us. We can be hard on ourselves, and this market sometimes, I mean, it really does. Like, kind of like what I think Yoni B was saying it earlier. It just seems like there's somebody, like the market's watching you, and right when you decide to do what you're going to do, the market slaps you in the face and moves against you. And it's almost like it's just somebody sitting on the sidelines, like in front of a button. And as soon as you take your trade, they hit that button and they make sure that you freaking get hammered, and it can really, really feel like that sometimes. So I think it's good to have a support group, a community of guys that can sit here and, kind of encourage you and let you know, hey, look, this happened to me too today, and really they could be long biased and you could be short biased. And so if it's happening to them and then it's happening to you, obviously, that there's more to it than what you may feel like is happening. You can rest assured that, you're doing the best that you can, but it just may be that your strategy's just not working. Or maybe you're doing something mentally that you don't realize you're doing. I mean, look at this. Look, what's the difference here? I've made $53 in my real account, and I've made $432. Well, let me sell this right now. Let me just go ahead and sell this right now. Okay, I've made $517 in my simulated account. What's the difference? I'll tell you the difference. The difference is in my simulated account, I'm not operating in fear. And this market has attacked me so many times. I've gotten slapped in the face so many times by this market in the last several weeks that I'm trading with fear. This is the difference. This is what my strategy can do. This is what my strategy should be doing. This is what I was doing roughly on a day-to-day basis. But in this market, for some reason, I'm just not doing it. Okay? And it's very frustrating. It is. It's very frustrating. But I know that it's not my strategy, and I know that it's not the market. I know that it's me. And the sooner I come to terms with that, the sooner I start fighting that fear, the sooner I start putting things in place to help get over those fears, the sooner I'll get back to having these $400, $500, $600 days. And again, going back to your comment, it helps to have a community like, that will help get you through there. And by the way, whoever's watching here, if you're enjoying the live stream, consider giving it a like real quick. And if you're new to the channel, let me know that you're here. We've got Warren came in. He's new to the community, and hopefully he'll be joining us here in the days to come. Yoni B says, very true. The wife sees the outside and tries to be encouraging, but only people that have been kicked in the tooth by the market can truly say it's all good, man. Just pick yourself up and keep going. Yeah, you're right. Wives don't understand it. I mean, unless they're trading themselves, obviously. But yeah, it's very difficult for them to really know what we go through in these markets. So yeah, it's good to have a community of people who genuinely get it. SPY's looking strong today, guys. Yep, only traders know. almost feeling pretty good about jumping in here on a first scalp. Hate to get the run up though. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Put caper in instead. D Tesla is still not able to break that psychological barrier of 800. Roku. That would have been a beautiful trade there. Any other stocks moving today, guys, or is this it? I wonder what Facebook's doing. Facebook's got earnings. SPY's making a continuation slowly, very slowly, which tells me that there could be a sell-off. As a matter of fact, let's check the RSI here. It's not really showing overbought, so let's look that up. Hertz. Yeah, it looks like it's halted. Looks like it's halted right now. Yeah, I think that's the car rental place, right? Oh, it's Flip. What's up, Flip? Good to see you again today. Glad you're back in the chat, even if it's just briefly. CLH, RCL. Yeah. RCL's doing really good, so man, I should have taken that trade. I took it in my demo account, simulator account. Okay, guys. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. So, so guys, you can see here. I mean, check it out. So, Let's see. Flip says, hold on. Flip says, I just pop in here and there when I see some news that I figure will move prices. Okay. Well, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, Hertz. I think they're a car company, car rental company. I know they're a car rental company. I think that is referring to the car rental company. And yeah, that the Enterprise, Hertz, they've got to be suffering big time with everything that's going on right now. So I would not be surprised in the least, not at all in the least. But guys, listen. So we're up $517 in the simulated account, and we are up a whopping 53 in the real account. You can see the difference. You can see the difference. Okay, and here's the thing. I held through some pretty significant pullbacks. Okay, I held through pullbacks and even added in on pullbacks, and especially here on ZM. I mean, this was a big one. ZM, I got in here. I held through all of this, and I even added here. You can see. I don't know if you can really tell. There's a little red arrow there. I added. You can see it says 200 shares at 148.01. So I even added another 200 shares all the way up there. And then I got out here for a profit. And honestly, that's typically what I would have done. And the reason I added is because of this. Look, we've got all this resistance. There had to be some kind of a pullback here. There had to be. Well, there didn't have to be, but I felt confident in enough of my assessment based on the technical analysis at hand that this was going to pull back. And it did. Okay. GILD was another one. You can see, it was kind of teetering around this level here, made a recovery, had a VWAP bounce, and I went short. And I covered, went short again, covered. Two really good moves on GILD. Okay. And with fairly big share size, we went 200 shares short here and another 600 shares short here. And then of course RCL, traded that really well. Called the DOP here, took profit, 200 shares, took 200, added another 200, so I had 400 shares, took profit, shorted again here, took profit, shorted again here at the top, took profit, and then took final profit here. This is how I would normally trade. This is what I would normally be ending the day. But again, it comes back to what? Mentality. And I appreciate it, Warren. I would like to think that I did great trading today. Obviously, in the simulation, I did great trading. And here in the live account, this was good trading, but it was not the same. And it's because I have been, like I said, guys, the psychology of it matters. For anybody who tells you that it doesn't, they have no idea what they're talking about. The psychology of trading is huge. It is huge. And it has got to be taken into consideration as a major part of trading. And this proves it. Hands down. Again, look at this. This is what I was doing on average on a day-to-day. Sure, I was having some losing days too, but on average, you guys were coming in here. I was posting video recaps of $4, $5, sometimes even, $6, $7, maybe even $800. And then gradually dealing with this choppy market, I have been reduced to this. So simulation hopefully is going to help with that. I'm going to continue to do that. Like I said, whether I do it for a week, a month, but it really does do kind of what Yoni B was talking about earlier. I think it was Yoni B that pointed it out. It might have been Sauger, but somebody had pointed out how, you get to start taking the trades here or in the simulator, and once you put the feelers out on it there, and then once you start watching the trade work out there, It can give you more confidence when coming into here and trying to take trades here. So, see right here, I would normally go ahead and jump in with 100 shares. Let's see, just to look for this as a double top. Start with 25. Well, kind of missed the ad there. Already you see I'm greatly reducing the share size. Whereas I would have taken 100 and jumped right in, we'd be up, I don't know, 30 bucks right now on that. It would have been just a quick scalp. Just having a hard time pulling the trigger on stuff like that now. So it'll be interesting to see how far up this can run. It's got a lot of buying pressure. A lot of buyers are coming in. 142.38. We'll see some resistance. Might even consider taking a quick trade there at 142.38. Obviously, there was good news for Boeing. Let's see. That's cool to know, Flip. Yeah, Boeing is really the only thing of interest right now. Yeah, I'm trying to find out, Yoni. I'm trying to find out. I'm not getting really any kind of information on that. Man, Boeing is having a really hard time. Breaking that 142 level. So, this is kind of where I would probably be interested in scalping 300 shares short on Boeing. Probably start with 100 shares here. Probably start with 100 shares. And just ride it all the way down. Come out there. Take another 200 there. See if we can get a move down to the 40s. Not quick enough. There we go. $6.10 on the day, killing it on Boeing with great confidence. In simulation, though. It's in simulation. Right now, I am actually thinking that Boeing could be good for a long. Well, if it holds. So get in long here. Looks like it's holding. May have to get out for a loss. We'll add at 141.75. Go ahead and come out some of the shares there. We're going to add there. Okay, that was a quick little scalping trade on Boeing. Basically just paid for the trade, and then here in the simulator, we're basically gonna pay for this, I think. No, not quite. There we go. Okay, so we got that out. I threw it on the ask. And wow, what a nice thrust up there. So looks like Bone's about to get the push over 142.50. Not quite. It's a lot of buying. There's definitely a lot of buying, but it could fail. Looks like it's failing. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot here, see if we can get the full fail on it. Okay, we'll come out just a little, just in case. Because this 25 shares, if this fails, this 25 shares can move. Can really move. There we go. There we go. There we go. And let's see if we can get another 13 here. Ah, nice little buyback there. Nice little buyback. Okay. All right, cool. That was a cool little move. All right, guys. Well, I got to keep it moving. So not bad here. Probably $50 on the day after fees and commissions, but nowhere near as good as we can see here on. I mean, as a matter of fact, I would be confident enough here in simulation to take. Let's see. Yeah, I'd be confident enough to take another 400 shares short. 141.88. I'd come out a little of the break of 142. Well, kind of missed that. Let's see. Oops. Forgot my hotkeys are a little different in simulation. Okay, we'll come out 200. So 141.88. This would have to get past 142.50. Probably take another 100. Otherwise, I would look for a complete breakdown back towards VWAP from this point. It's having a really hard time getting up over 142.50. Let's see what we can do with this simulated trade. See where we end on the day with simulation. It's riding that EMA. So actually might be a pretty strong case for a breakout. Here we'll say stop. We'll give it to 142.46. Buy stop. And this is typically what I would do. I would say right here, this candle right here, if it breaks over this, I want to get out. And I would take it. I would take it. If I was up $630 some on the day, I would take it. And then I would just flip my position and then buy back in, probably 300 shares at the break of 142.50. So let's see if it gets me out. See if it gets me out and see if it breaks 142.50 and then see if I can flip my position. There it goes, almost. Almost, it's making a push. Just not really happening. There we go. There we go. Okay, oops, and I flipped my position way too late, 142.66. So, is it a failed breakout? Let's see. Let's give it a second. having a hard time pushing. Oof. It's not good. So coming out half there. So that was a failed breakout on Boeing there. This gives me a little more confidence to go back in the simulator and go short on it, but yeah. So anyway, so we'd be ending up almost 400 on the day in the simulation. So, and I'd probably stick around and trade this even more. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, it was good hanging out with y'all again today, and hope to see y'all on the live stream tomorrow. Don't forget to come back to the channel later. Check out the video recap. And you guys have a good rest of the day. Take care.